Oleg sells trinkets from a table on the side of the street. But on cold winter evenings in Kyiv, customers are few and far between.
Everything changed with the beginning of the war, because my business is designed for tourists and there are no tourists, as you know.
Oleg doesn't qualify for a government pension and says his only plan is to keep on working into his 90s if necessary. Taxes in Ukraine cover just half the country's budget, and it all goes to military defenses. Allied nations, mostly in Europe, subsidize everything else: education, healthcare, and social welfare. And without that support, Ukraine's financial future would be even bleaker.
Part of countries in blackout, power grid is severely destroyed and damaged, economy is ruined. So all of these need money to continue to run the country.
But despite the decision to lend Ukraine $105 billion interest-free, with funds raised from international banks and backed by Europe's own budgets, some politicians here say it's still not enough, with so many here in need. Including soldiers who must be mobilized, says military researcher Gleb Volosky.
It is the fourth year of war, and the people who were idealistic and who were ready to volunteer to go and fight are running out. So the mobilization process are getting harder and harder, and Ukraine really needs additional incentives to speed up the process.
Russian assets seized in Europe could, in future, help finance post-war reconstruction. But in the meantime, European leaders insist Ukraine should not only strengthen its defense industry, but also its rule of law, and combat corruption that's plagued President Zelensky's administration in recent months.
There is a fight against corruption in Ukraine. We need to do everything we can in order to show that every penny comes to stop Russians and to keep tens of millions of people alive and helping them to survive.
For Ukraine, that survival will require strength, not just on the front line, but in diplomacy too. Audrey MacAlpine, Al Jazeera, Kyiv.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.